Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being here today, and thank you so much for your support. We have asked a number of our donors and our key stakeholders, what are some of the issues relating to education or the general subject matter that are of interest to you, and we've tried to prepare today's luncheon and speakers that, so that they could address those issues.
If you ranked us in terms of the average educational level of our population, we would rank 12th in the world. 40% of our population has got at least a 2-year degree. For us to get to number one, we have to go from 40 to 60%. If you disassemble the 60 or the 40% today, 19% is Latino. And those numbers just continue to increase. And so America cannot get to number one until, it's not until, it's actually when, because there's no option. Hispanics need to advance, and we will. We're given the same God-given gifts that God gave everybody else, and so here we go. We just need the opportunity to get there. So how are we going to align the message that the Hispanic Scholarship Fund is providing to parents about you have to have your kid go to school with you have to get your kid to go to school, to college, but in these careers? Because we know that sometimes our kids get in and get channeled into majors that don't produce or don't result in a job. So at HSF, we're closely watching all of this because, again, what we want to do is inform largely the Hispanic parent about what their options are. And one of the things that we're intrigued about is what we call the democratization of education. That means making education available to everybody, because everybody's got these talents. And if we feed them, then maybe what we can do is we can see a faster kind of growth in moving from the high school finish line to a college degree in our population the way the country needs us to.
Latinos are vital to America's future. They're vital to now. The time is now, and that's really the huge takeaway. When we look at the BRIC countries and the combination of their buying power, and then we look at the U.S. Hispanic buying power, what we see is it already dwarfs that. And that's a really big point as our company, as each of us go into strategy planning each year and look at our global markets and our U.S. efforts. Today, Latinos in the United States represent $1 trillion in buying power. Just in 3 years, that will move to $1.5 trillion in buying power. The real change is that we're no longer separate or hiding our culture. We're truly bicultural, and that sustainability is a real change, and a real change in the way we want to be spoken to and we want to be treated.
9.6% is the unemployment rate for those who don't have a college degree. It's 4.4% for those who do have a college degree. What we're trying to do is really match up where the jobs are with the scholars. So we've looked at occupations that are growing. We've looked at the industries that are going to hire these occupations, and we look at the fields of study: management, professional services, STEM, education, healthcare, and then we put community services and arts together. And so what HSF is doing is managing information around each of the top 5 areas and kind of drilling down to provide information to the scholars and their parents and the counselors and others that are out there.
There's a tsunami coming at higher education. And that tsunami is online. And it's going to affect what happens in our residential places, MIT, Harvard, Berkeley, Texas, wherever. But it's also going to change what happens around the world. And I want to tell you about MIT's experiment in trying to ride that tsunami to really change the way we think about higher education. Massive open online courses, creating interactive, instant feedback, digital learning tools. We're building very sophisticated assessment tools that can automatically grade homework from 150,000 students at a time. I don't have enough TAs to hire to do it by hand. That also give immediate feedback to students so that they can really understand what they're doing and figure out how to improve upon that. We want to provide, and we are committed to providing, access to education for students worldwide through online learning, free of charge. We want anybody else around the world to be able to use it, to host their own courses so that students can simply select. And we want to get the talent around the world to help us improve it. The whole point of open source is you use it, you improve it, you put it back in, so that we will get a world of people helping us make this better.
We're organizing, all of us, thanks to your support, a focus that's going to strengthen America by advancing the academic attainment of Latinos. And so we thank you very much for your sponsorship. We hope you'll be here next year when we do our Alumni Hall of Fame again. And in between, we hope that you'll stay plugged into what we're doing because we can use your support and the country needs you as much as they need us. Thank you and good afternoon.